is up? What is up? What is up, everyone, everyone, everyone? It is another day, another time, and another week for yours and my favorite Wednesday night. So, I'm talking about Kingdom Boss Mindset. Let's go, let's go, let's go. You all. We have a great show in store for you all on tonight. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I got a boss up in the building with me. Y'all, I'm gonna just read y'all a little bit of a bio and then I'm gonna play this countdown because her bio really doesn't do her justice. But we're gonna read a little bit of her bio real quick. So, Miss Jessica Wackel is a multifaceted entrepreneur, makeup artist, and licensed insurance producer who bridges beauty and financial empowerment through her social platforms, intimate connection with leadership in her community, and her newly established brand, Seeds Becoming. With over a decade of experience helping other helping women feel confident both in their look and in their life. Jessica blends faith, resilience, and real world wisdom to inspire others to build wealth with purpose and power. So, you all, I have in the studio with me tonight Miss Jessica Wackel, aka Miss Jessica Campbell. So, as this countdown plays, I want y'all to like, I want y'all to share, I want y'all to tag. And let's get this Thanksgiving season started off right by having a Kingdom Boss conversation. Let's go. Hello, 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 Miss Jess. How are you?
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me at all?
I can't hear you.
All right, you
I
all, if
can't hear
y'all
you.
can
Can
hear
you
me,
hear
put it
me?
in the comments.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I cannot hear you at all.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. If you can hear me, put it in the comments for me.
I've turned up my volume.
You all, technology can be either your best friend or your worst enemy sometimes. So put it in the comments if y'all can hear.
I don't know what you're saying.
Hold on 1 second. If y'all can, if y'all can hear me on there, put in the comments a one. Give me a number one. She will be back, you all. She will be back. But I pray that you all are having a great day. I pray that you all are enjoying your day. I pray that you all are having a wonderful holiday season. What are y'all excited for with this Thanksgiving season? What are y'all most excited for on this year? I know for me, it's definitely spending time with family, spending time with loved ones, all of that. What about you all? Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Hi.
good. So we are back. We are back. You all, the devil tried to mess with us, but guess what? He done messed up because we about to get this done tonight. So, Jess, we thank you for coming on. Shout out to my good friend, both of our good friends, Miss Cortesia,
For sure. Hey,
because
Cordy.
without her, this would not have happened. This would have
Hey,
not
man.
happened without her hooking us up and introducing each other.
Sure.
I have done an interview with you on Black Saved Entrepreneurs.
Yeah, and it was a lot of
And
fun.
and literally after that interview, I was like, I gotta bring you over to Kingdom Boss Mindset. Like, get ready, you gotta come over there.
I'm excited.
So tell my audience a little more about you for the ones that may have been living under a rock and they don't know who you are. Let them know who Jess is.
Awesome. Well, I am Jessica Campbell, short for this, Jess Campbell in the long run. I'm local to Memphis, Tennessee. I am a beauty pro of nearly 8 years now, in addition to I occupy space in the finance industry. And I'm about to occupy space in another industry thanks to the finance industry. So I'm looking forward to doing big things, but that's your girl in a nutshell.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all, she is being very, she is playing herself coy for a second. But y'all heard that intro that I read of her. Ain't nothing small about what Jess is doing up in this piece. Like,
Thank you.
she is a beast.
Oh my God. Thank you.
And we are thankful that she decided to grace this stage and come over here and fellowship with us.
Let's do it. Let's fellowship.
All right, all right, all right. So we're gonna start it off with a little bit of fun. We're
Okay.
gonna play a little game. All right, so this is called business strategy. So
Okay.
I am going to what I'm gonna do. Well, I'm sorry. This is called beauty, business, and faith edition. This or that beauty, business, and faith edition.
Okay.
So we are gonna give you some options, and you got to pick one.
Okay. This or that.
Yep. Cash flow or credit score.
Credit score.
Okay. Why are you picking credit score?
Because if I have a good credit score, I'll have an easier time creating cash flow. Some people think that cash flow is you remember we grew up with the term king cash, and it's like as long as I got money, I'm good. But in the realm of business, as long as you have access to credit, you're good. You can have all of the cash in the world and be denied for the loan, be denied for the grant, be denied for the opportunity due to credit score. So I'll take the credit score over the cash flow. Good credit score equals more cash flow.
I like that. I like that. So prayer or planning.
Prayer.
I don't even need no definition of why in that one. CEO or creative.
CEO.
Okay. Why are you picking that?
Because of my personality type, while I am creative to a measure, I'm better with more creatives around me that can feel the measure. I'm a systematic individual that's good with placing people, posturing people, giving systematic example, instruction, building things in a way that allows them to function cohesively. Allow the cogwheels to turn congruently. So I'll take the CEO because I also don't want to be stuck working in anybody's business. I'd rather work on the business and then exit the business.
I like that. I like that. So save it or spend it.
I can't hear you again, James.
You can't?
Mm-mm.
What about now?
Everything was fine up to a second ago.
All right. Leave out and come back.
Okay.
Y'all, the devil is really messing with us tonight, but we're gonna make this happen. So you all, how do y'all feel about this so far? Like, would you rather save your money or would you rather spend your money? What is y'all's opinion on it? All right, so save it or spend it.
You said save it or spend it?
Yes, ma'am.
Save it. High yield, save it at that. Don't just save it. Save it where it saves for you. It needs to save and add to itself. Spending is good, but spending will get you flatlined in the long run. Everything that we spend on is not necessarily good for our future, it's good to the present self. And so if you're thinking long term and what's going to be happening in the next 5, 10, 15 years, you need to be saving it.
I like that. I like it. I like it. So,
I cannot hear you again. It's almost as if once you exit off the screen and come back, the sound goes kaput.
all right, leave out and come back one more time.
Okay. You want to go out and come back in?
No, you do it and then I'll come back. When you come, leave out and come back. Yeah.
I can't hear you. I don't know what you're saying.
Hold on 1 second. You all, I'm not sure.
Oh, you came back just a second ago.
Okay, can you hear me now?
You pressed something that gave you back your vocals.
Can you come? Can you hear me now?
No.
Hold on 1 second, you all. We are gonna get this right.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
You all, from now on, I'm gonna just stay on the screen because apparently when I leave out, when I go down, it messes us up. So you all, what is your favorite holiday tradition? As we're waiting on Miss Jess to come back, what is your favorite holiday tradition? Y'all put that in the comments. Okay, now.
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, I'm gonna just stay on stage because
Yeah.
apparently
Just stay up here with me.
when I go down, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna stay on. So, all right, the next question I got for you is glam beauty or natural glow?
That's a hard one. Honestly, as a makeup girly, I'm going to say glam beat. It, honestly, James, that's a hard one because the way I do makeup is very natural and light-handed and it's glowing, but it's also glam at the same time. But I believe in being glam. And the reason why I say that is because you want to represent the brand well. And for those of you that may not have a business, allow me to preface this by saying you're still a walking brand. If you have a belief system, core values, pillars, if people are willing to listen to you, if you're aiding in your community in any way, you are literally a personal brand. So the way you show up is how people receive you first. They hear you second. So I do definitely say show up the way you want to be received. And if I'm going to pick one, I'll pick the glam.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Because Cortesia got on me today. She was like, make sure you put on your hoodie. James H. Glover Studios. She's like, you are
For
sitting there.
sure.
She's like, you are sitting there with all of his merch and you not rocking it. What is it there for?
What is it there for? Why have you had it? To be able to say it's a souvenir, a keepsake. I did this and it's printed on something.
And like I'm having to get back into that rhythm of wearing it again on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
Because it was like I was rocking my brand all the time, and then I kind of got out of that routine. Now I got to get back into that again.
I will say this, you have millionaires and billionaires and now many trillionaires. But when you look at the society that we're in and the space that we occupy, most people are going for brand deals, right? Or they're going for some form of partnership. And so they wear those partnerships. When those people send things, they wear those partnerships religiously. Why would you not wear your own partnership? You're partnering with your business every time you wear that, literally. Not only are you the business, but you're the first partner of the business. You're the first advertisement marketing specialist of the business. You're the first customer service specialist of the business. You're the first partner. So you not wearing your business is equivalent to saying I'm no longer partnering with it. And if you think of it that way, I think that will help you to pick up those t-shirts and hoodies more often and actually get some more things.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. It definitely will, because I never thought of it like that. But
Yeah,
that's a good point.
for
All
sure.
right. All right, all right, all right. Let's get into some of these questions now.
Okay.
Now that we played that game, it's time to get into some questions. All right. So now the first questions that I got for you is what what was the moment that you realized you were called to more than just one lane? Because we can see that you do a lot. So when did you realize you was called to more than one lane?
um, so I'm always gonna be me. So this goes back to the scripture, okay? Is when the Lord took me to the story of Joseph and the coat of many colors, okay? Now, while the coat of many colors was a gift, it was favor from his father. Those many colors also represents many gifts and talents. And so it was not until that moment in time that I was okay with saying that I'm multi hyphenate or multifaceted, or I can occupy more than one space at a time given the season that I'm in. Beforehand, I looked at things and I'm like, okay, I'm in this lane. I need to do everything in this lane because this needs to work in this lane, when in actuality it does not necessarily belong in that particular lane all of the time. And with wisdom, allow me to say, with wisdom, when you're dealing with an individual, or if you are an individual that has multiple talents and they're trying to build multiple streams, it's really important to partner with God about timing, because each of those things functions in its own season. Some things pair together, some things separate, but something is always going to lead the narrative. And whatever God allows you to pair or couple in that season, it's imperative that you do it in that season. This is how so many of us get confused and stagnant about, what am I good at? I don't know what my gifts and my talents are. I don't know what I'm called to do. I don't know what type of business to start, because you know how to do a lot of things, but some of them you're doing out of season. It was good for the last 5 years. Now it's time for you to be the speaker and the teacher. Or you were good with doing the drawings and the pictures the last 2 years, and now it's time to get into the arena of graphic design or even coaching to that degree. So understanding how those gifts and talents are growing and what season you're in as far as functionality, because there's a strength somewhere. So for me, some things I didn't become okay with just because a person told me, hey, you're good at it. Well, I know I'm good at it, but I'm not always seeing the fruit of it. And so that can bring about second guessing. So once me and God had that conversation and that revelation, that took away some of that skepticism and fear and anxiety that we can sometimes feel when functioning in so many different spaces, so many different ways, and allows you to hone in on what's working in this season so that you can function at full capacity.
I love that. I love the fact that you fascinated to Joseph with the coat of many colors.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at the story of Joseph and they forget about how his brothers and how everybody was envious of him because of the favor that he had on his life. And there are a lot of people that are envious of us because of the favor that we have on our life. It isn't because of what we've done, but it's because of that favor that we walk around with. People don't want to see that all the time because when they see it, it reminds them of how much work that they have to do.
I'm glad you said that, because I was just about to say, favor is only as good as the activity that you apply to go with it. Favor is only as good as your measure of obedience. Favor is only as good as you getting up and attempting. So, favor and faith are not the same thing, but they function in the same capacity, realm of capacity. If you refuse to put the work where it belongs, the favor can't actually do what it's supposed to do. Why? Faith gives you the fuel to believe it before it happens, to create it before you see it, to know it before it's actually been acknowledged. Favor brings the destiny helpers. So you have to actually be in the right space to meet those people. Favor brings the opportunities. So you actually have to be putting in the work, managing the diligence, managing the discipline, and doing the things required of you in order for favor to truly reap for you the benefits that go along with it. You can do the minimal and receive some things, but if you do the maximum, that's when you receive everything. And it's not without challenge, but it's also not something that being lazy will get you either, or laissez faire.
Makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That does. I like the fact that you said that. I like the fact that you said that favor will will make you sometimes look like you're not making sense in certain things that you're doing because you're walking with God and you're not like walking by yourself, you're walking with God.
For sure. For
And
sure.
but it's not always easy because walking with God can also mean like you are losing some friends. So
Man.
let's focus on that right quick because this interview just shifted to a whole different conversation. When you finally decided to totally surrender and be the judge that God has called you to be, how hard of a process was that for the people that knew you in the past to finally accept?
It's never been a hard process for them. I've always been consistent in who I am. Now, I don't say that to say I've been perfect on this journey or I've been 100% sold out and doing all of the things on this journey, because I've had my times. The girl have been in the hood, the girl have been getting it out the mud before. So I don't say that to say I'm above that. No. I say that to say because I have been consistent in who I am when it comes to my Bible, when it comes to my worship, when it comes to my prayer. It's not hard for the people around me to accept when the journey is taking a different turn. And I'm
Mhm.
also a very communicative individual. So those that are close enough to me that I trust and I know I can trust them with certain things that God has given me, they're on the journey too. It's harder for me than it is for them. Just let's just be real. It's harder for me than it is for them, because a lot of times I'm ready to see a certain fruit. I'm ready to see the productivity of my labor. I'm ready to have ease. I'm ready to not feel alone on the journey. And it's not that people are not there, but people can't go through isolation with you. People don't have the prophetic moment with you. People do not have the reprimand with you when you have people come to you, whether you know them or not, and they see you and they say, it's time to come up in your mind, because they see what God has placed on you and you're still trying to be comfortable. Just let me have my money and my purses and let me go. you know, let
And
me have my money and my dinner and let me go. And then there's a call to come up higher. For those of you that may not be churchgoers, and that's a different lingo, for you, it may sound like you can do better, you can do bigger. Man, you're going to be so great. I see so much more in you than you see in yourself. So that's still God calling you to be bigger and better than the space that you occupy. And the issue comes with having to let go of the things that make you happy, because He's concerned with your joy, He's concerned with your peace, but there has to be sacrifice for this. So this will cause you to sacrifice watching your show and curling up in your bed and going to sleep. This will call for you to sacrifice going to the restaurant and hanging out with friends. This will call for you to sacrifice that outing that you wanted to go on, that trip that you may have planned. This will call for you to sacrifice that because God really needs you to get in His presence. And I say this because I know that you have a diverse audience of believers. So I never want the person who's not a churchgoer or around the prophetic entity to feel lost or confused or left out. Because for you, this might seem like the moments when you feel like you need to steal away and be by yourself. Everybody want to go out to eat, but I really don't want to fool with nobody right now. I really need to get back here and chill and be by myself. Everybody want to go out and hang out and do the things. No, I don't even want. I don't want nothing to drink. I don't want none of that. I just want to be by myself right now. And part of you feels like I owe it to the people who want me to be there, but part of you feels like I owe it to me. It's not that you owe it to you. You're owing it to God because He's calling you to something different. And it's pace, it's step by step for every individual. So He meets you where you are. It's never been hard for the people around me. It's always been hard for me.
Man, that is so good.
Yeah.
But you even said like there's people that don't know you that will see something in you. I will never forget it. I've been in the ministry for a good minute,
Yeah.
and I was in the Bahamas.
Oh.
Went to the Bahamas with a couple of my cousins, and at that moment, I had said to myself, "Reverend Glover is being left in Florida. I am gonna have fun this week. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna have a great time." So I even came up with an alter ego. My
Oh.
alter ego's name was Mike. Now, the day before the last day, literally, we on the beach, we getting back on the boat, getting ready to leave out. This woman don't know me from Adam. Now, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't being buck wild. I wasn't acting too crazy.
Mhm.
And I wasn't acting too crazy, but I was having fun.
Good.
This woman walks up to me and she said, "You a preacher, aren't you?" And I'm looking at her, I'm like, "How in the world do you know?" I ain't told nobody but my cousins know it because they
Mhm.
live around me. Like, she's like, "You ain't got to answer that. Go on ahead, have fun." She's
People
like,
can see more than they give themselves credit for. Um, the gift of the seer is not something that's often talked about anymore. Okay. People who can see things this day and time have been ostracized and made to feel like they're absolutely insane almost because they can see things that the average individual just can't. And so when I think about the prophetic gifts, that's someone who could see or someone who had enough acknowledgement to recognize the sight of the authority that's been placed on your life, right? The
"Mhm,
dominion. I remember I would go to this nightclub. A friend of mine owns a spot here in the
mhm."
city. They do live karaoke. I used to go every Thursday night faithfully because you couldn't beat me singing with a live band. I don't care who's Mary J. Blige or Whitney Houston or who's Beyonce. I'm getting on the stage here, and so I get up there and I sing every Thursday, and I sing pretty clean songs. I'm not going to use all the vulgar words, and
Come on,
I'm
yeah,
not overly sexualized when I'm singing. I sing good music and I enjoy it and have a good time, right? And so there's a gentleman there. He was a cook, and he came out into the lounge area. And before the end of the night, he walked up to me and he said, "The entire night, there was the glow of a white light all around you.
mm,
God is covering you like nobody's business in here." And I didn't see that white light around anybody else. There is something amazing that's on your life. And I can't even describe it any other way. And after that, I didn't go to karaoke for a while because I felt like I had been called out. You done called me out of here and I'm just trying to have a good time, man. But
mm."
I also recognized that not everybody who can see things is in the same four walls of the church.
Come on,
Not
right?
everybody who sees and knows is there. There are people who are looking at the reality of your character, and they're looking at the real reality of the life you say you lead, because God shows them in various ways who you really are, whether you acknowledge it or not.
Come on.
And so I did go back at some point, but I was always even more careful
Careful.
about how I carried myself in that environment. Not to be a stickler, because your girl is going to have a good time now. I'm going to tell you and the good people of YouTube and anybody else watching, your girl is going to have a good time. But I am careful with the oil. I'm careful with the anointing. I'm careful with the authority, because we are also responsible for making sure that we stand out, that we don't blend in with the crowd. We can't do everything everyone else is doing and expect them to want our God.
Mm-mm.
So there comes a place of knowing your limitations in certain spaces, because people are watching you. The moment you quote a scripture or say a prayer or give a prophetic word, and then you turn around and get as drunk as they do, we got a problem.
Come
We
on.
got a problem, because you have officially um water washed the anointing and the authority that was given to you and showcased before that individual for you to be able to lead them somewhere.
Mm.
So I was super careful about how I engaged in that space. But yeah, people would come to me in any space that I was in. And I'm talking about in the turn up days, okay? I mean, really turn it up. And people would say, "You don't belong in here. You shouldn't be in
Man,
here."
look,
You know, and I'm
look.
just like, "Well,
Let
why
me
can't I
tell
be
you.
here for a good time?" Okay, I
Let
like
me
Lil Wayne too. But I was just
tell
like, you might like Lil
you.
Wayne, but you shouldn't be here with Lil Wayne. And I always felt that that was not
God
only God's
coming in.
covering, right, but his realignment. Like, okay, you got you a few weekends out there, head on back in. Let's
Exactly.
take it on back to the house, because you can dirty the process if not careful.
Exactly. Like, there's even a better one. And like, I went, a couple of friends of mine played for this R&B band, cover band. So I, they musicians in the church too. So I went to listen to them one night. Went to this little restaurant where they serve alcohol and stuff like that. Now I hung in the back. Now I ain't gonna lie, the band was doing what the band does. They was killing it. I mean, they singing Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye. They
Mhm.
doing everything,
I like
covering all the
cool.
hits, all the hits. After the concert, after the performance, I go up there and I'm talking to my boys. The lead singer is gonna say, we got Reverend Glover up in the building tonight. We got Reverend Glover up in the building tonight. I'm like, my God.
I would have told him, don't you? I feel like you're trying to show me out. Like,
Right, right. I'm like,
I feel like you
I've been
trying to
sitting
show
in
me
the
out in
back
here.
chilling. I've been in the back chilling.
Mhm.
Ain't nobody really seen me. Few people saw me because I hollered at them, but for the most part, ain't nobody seen me. You gonna call me out like this, boy?
You call me out. You're trying to show me out in here. Yeah, you're trying to show me out. That's when you have to fix the individual. I'm just playing.
Man, I was like, man. I said, yes. He said, man, I can't believe you here, man. I said, man, I love this kind of music too. I said, legit. I said, even though I'm a child of God and even though I'm a minister, I said, trust and believe me. I said, and even though I'm young in age, I said, trust and believe me, I was brought up on that old school music.
Ain't nothing like an old school music moment.
Marvin Gaye, Prince, all
Oh
that.
my God. I loved him and he loved me, Prince. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, I'm like, and my thing is this, like, sometimes we can be so heavenly minded that we are no earthly good.
It's true.
Because when I read my Bible, Jesus wasn't always up in the sanctuary,
Mm-mm.
fellowshipping with the people. He was out and about with some of the ones that you really wouldn't think. that he should be with.
Absolutely. Jesus went to there were festivals, there was weddings. He attended those, and that's scriptural. When he turned the water into wine, that was at a wedding where people were dancing, not to worship music, to the music of their cultural time, where people were engaging and having a good time. Where some of them were even getting drunk. Jesus was there for a celebration. I'm sure he probably had a good group. Don't get me wrong. They probably wasn't that ratchet, but I'm sure somebody in there was with ratchery. It's always that one or two or three. If you was with a group like mine, somebody in there was with the ratchery. And Jesus was there, but he was there minding a purpose. And he also minded how he carried himself with the purpose. I would never tell anybody, go on out there to the club and turn up for 3 checks. You go out there and you're told not to go out there. I suggest you don't. I suggest you don't, because chaos pops off and you're in the midst of the chaos. It can go either way and you're in disobedience. But there are places that you can go and have an amazing time as a
Yeah.
young man or young woman in the kingdom. Enjoy your life, travel, listen to music, go hear different musical experiences, jazz, blues, the way the singers are now marrying different genres together to create more soulful sounds. Voices like Mahalia singing jazz songs. Like it's there's so many different things to do to enjoy your life and also enjoy the creativity of God, because that is too a part of the creativity of God. I'm not going to tell you to go out there and shoot them up, but I will tell you, if you are fearful of living your life and fearful of being in different environments, then you might want to check yourself, because there comes a place of where, like you said, you can be so heavenly minded that you're no earthly good, and your life will literally pass you by. The small joys of this life will pass you by. Just mind your character when you go.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like
don't be a follower, be a leader.
I can tell you, that reminds me of a story of where you got to pay attention at all times, because my little niece, I'll never forget it. She was acting up one day, and I had promised her, I'm like, look, if you stop acting up, when we go in this store, if you stop acting up long enough to let me and your mama do some shopping, we will take you to this other store and I will buy you one toy. I will buy you something for like $10 worth.
Mm,
Well, she stopped acting up. We get to the store. I'm on the phone and I'm talking.
mm,
She finds a toy. She comes over there to me, Uncle, 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 I got it, I got it, I got it. Well, I'm hearing her mama in the background too, calling her name. I'm like, go on ahead, somebody. Go on ahead, go on ahead, go on ahead. So she comes up there with two toys. So I'm like, okay, it's probably gonna be $10. Cool. The toys cost me $20. I'm like, wait a minute. I told you your limit was 10. I know, but I found my one toy that I wanted, and you told me to go on ahead and find something else.
mhm.
So I went on and I found something else too. And then in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I was on the phone. That's why I told her go on ahead and find something else. So I can't be mad at her because it was my fault that she ended up going back. And her mom was like, yeah, I was trying to get her back over there so that she could put that toy back and get more for her money, get more toys for her money.
Mhm.
So I ended up buying her both. So I asked her when we get in the car, I said, so what did we learn today? She said, always tell the truth. I said, exactly. I said, because what happens when you tell the truth? Because when you tell the truth, you get more toys. I'm like, that's technically not the lesson, but yeah, it is. Because it's like when you tell the truth, blessings come. Blessings that you're not even expecting, but you got to pay attention.
I agree. I fully agree. Which is why this podcast space is so important. Not just for the sake of business, but for the sake of the kingdom. It's really important that people hear perspectives that are not one way. It's really important that people hear truths. As I said earlier, it's not hard for the people, it's hard for me because there are things that I want that I have to sacrifice because I want it. But you have to be willing to set I aside because God requires it. And so that's a truth that a lot of people won't share. They'll tell you you should have joy in the sacrifice, and joy does come along in due time with the sacrifices. But there are things that you'll grieve due to the sacrifices. And so those truths are extremely important, not to deter or derail you from making the sacrifice, but so that you can prepare yourself mentally, spiritually, and emotionally because you signed up and committed to God. So you have to have the right processes during the sacrifice. And those of us that have gone through these things can help you get there with a lot less heartache, a lot less grievance, a lot less complaining, a lot less missing out on the joys of life because we're willing to say the truth. That living for the kingdom does not have to be a boredom and a hardship, and not just because you go to the roller skate night with the church on Thursdays, but because you have learned how to mind your character, because you have learned how to mind what the character of God actually looks like and what it requires, because you have learned that according to your what's the word I'm looking for, James? Convictions.
Mm.
Because you can only go as far as your convictions will carry you. So, according to your convictions, until God has grown your convictions to a certain place and space, you can only go as far as you can. And so that's why people like myself and Cortesia and James and the other team members and co-hosts that he have come on to share our journeys, not just in business but in real life,
Come
because
on.
real life is happening, and it's happening with God, and it does not have to be a living hell, and you do not have to feel like you have to go it alone, because too many of us have done that, and we can tell you what it's like. It's not good. So we come here to share these truths. That's a real thing. It's valid.
Exactly. So even with all our technical difficulties tonight, y'all, like we have had an amazing conversation.
For
And
sure.
I definitely have to get Miss Jess back because we have barely scratched the surface tonight. But
Cool.
I gotta get her back. I gotta get her back. You already have the link. So go on ahead and book your next one. We're gonna get you
Okay.
back recorded. We
I
got to
will.
like it is a necessity to get you back because I believe that the community, the nation needs to hear
Wow.
more of what you have to say because your testimony is about to bless the nations.
Wow. Thank you. I don't take that lightly. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your space with me. Thank you for sharing the microphone. Thank you for making room. Thank you, Cortesia, for the connection, making room. And she would get on me all the time. She said, I don't know why you don't turn on your camera and talk.
Mm,
You should turn on your camera and talk. That's your gift. That's your thing. Now, I remember when the Lord said, your voice will tread further than your feet can. But I
man,
wouldn't talk. And I'm just now coming into a season of being willing to open up and talk. So I thank you for being one of those open doors
oh
and
yeah,
allowing me space.
for sure. It reminds me of you was in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Like I can honestly say that's happened to me on a few occasions. Even last night, Cortesia knows this. I was at a service, Thankful Tuesday service. I
Awesome.
just went to support, not on program. My church ain't on program. I'm just going to support. It's a local church in my area, and I'm going to show my support. And I'm just looking at this comment.
I can't see it. Oh.
You know what? I'll deal with your later. Anyways, anyways, I I'm sitting in the office with all of these pastors and preachers, and I know them. And the question gets asked, "Do we have a program outline?" And they're like, "No, we don't got one, but we'll just wing it." Now I'm sitting there playing on my phone because I'm like, man, I'm not a member of any of these churches. I'm not a pastor, so I know I ain't about to be on program. So I'm sitting there playing on my phone. First question that gets asked: who's gonna be the MC or preside tonight? All at once, the pastor of the church, which is like my brother, and another one of the pastors, which is my cousin, and he's like a mentor to me. Both of them say it at the same time. Glover will do it. I look up on my phone. Glover, who? You.
Hey.
I'm like, I don't even have a program outline. Somebody send me an outline of the program. We making it right now. Just type it on your phone. So literally, I'm sitting here typing on my phone before we go out and go out in, and I'm like, and I made a joke. I said, I said, I'm Weapon James S. Glover the third. I said, and I was just informed a few minutes ago, I will be your MC for tonight. And they laughed. Everybody laughed, but I'm like, y'all laughing, but I'm serious. Like, literally just got informed. But it's a thing of because of this training that I have had,
Yeah,
because the fact that I've showed up on countless occasions, because of the fact my gift has made room for me.
for sure.
They're like, you can handle it. We can put you on the spot at the last second. You got it. All you gotta do is just read off of this. You good.
I'm gonna tell you, the apostle that I have, if that had happened, he'd have told them, "Don't have another program." He told, "Don't you do it? You will not last second an individual here. There, you have order and structure, and the person that you're trying to get last minute, what if they say no? Because people have the right to say no.
Hmm.
So I think, wow, that's amazing. I love that they see in you the capacity to do things. You should charge them with coming up in the area of orderliness, timeliness, because that's considered moving in excellence. You cannot last minute everything and expect the
Oh,
greatest outcome.
no. And normally the main reason why I was willing to do it is because I know them and because normally everything is organized. So I'm like, you know what? I got y'all. I'll bail y'all out tonight because
Not
normally
bail y'all out.
I'm like, I got y'all tonight. It's like I'm here. This is home. This is where, even though my membership isn't here anymore, this is where I grew up at. Like, look, I don't mind. Like, I'm here to help out. So whatever y'all need, let me know. Like, I'll I will help out in any way that I can.
Whatever she said caught you that time, huh?
Hmm.
Oh my God.
But what we're gonna do now is we are gonna have what is called the Kingdom Boss Mindset
Okay.
and Kingdom Boss moment. So I'm gonna put you down, and I'm gonna allow you that moment to leave my audience with some closing words.
Closing words.
Yes, and tell them where they can find you at as well.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're looking for me, you can find me on Facebook as Jess Campbell. You can find me on Instagram as I am Jessica Raquel. Um, You can find me on Lemonade. Now, Lemonade is my safe space, so if you come over there, act right now. But I'm Jessica Raquel there as well. I'm also Jessica Raquel 88 on TikTok. You'll see a lot of beauty content, but you also see a lot more content that's good for the soul and good for the business. Now, with that being said, he gave me the charge of leading you in kingdom mindset. And the thing that I would like for you to shape in your mindset this episode is coming up. Okay. So when I say come up, what do I mean? Come up in your mind, come up in your heart, come up in your soul, come up in your spirit, come up in your confidence, come up in your standards, come up in excellence, come up in how you move with people, come up in what you expect on the job, come up in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit, in your soul. Come up in your thoughts about the things that are going on around you. Do not let things that are not normal become normal to you simply because they're happening. Don't agree with something because it seems agreeable with everyone else. Don't do something because it seems the good thing for everyone else. Come up and be the leader that you are called to be. You do not have to be a pastor, a teacher, a preacher, a prophet, an evangelist. You don't have to have the titles to be the leader that you are called to be. That's the reality of it. Leadership is for us all. Do not be stagnant in the things that are for you. Don't be lackadaisical in the things that are for you. Do the work. Personally develop, spiritually develop, developing your finances, developing your friendships, develop in your relationships. Come up in such a way that you're unrecognizable even to yourself. And when that happens, know that it's not a bad thing, that it's a God thing, because where you're wanting to go in your future, it requires you to grow in such a way that it makes you unrecognizable to even yourself. Don't appease your personal desires so much so that you won't make room to come up. Discomfort yourself. Make the sacrifice. Spend time with God. Get in your Bible. Pray. Tell yourself, no, I won't eat that leisure meal today because I need to come up in my body, in my health. No, I won't watch that episode today. I need to read the book that's going to better my future. No, I'm not going to get on the phone and gossip today. It does not benefit me to fill my mind with trash when I need to fill my mind with the things that's going to grow me and elevate me to the next best level and season of my life. The last thing I'll say to you is this, because so many people fear what's going on with the economy. And this is also why it's important that you come up, because you have to recognize that it's your job to impact the economy, not be impacted by the economy. And you cannot do that unless you're willing to come up in every area of your life. Do not fear the changes that are being made. Pay attention and prepare. Come up and be great. That's my kingdom mindset for you all on this evening.
My God, my God, my God.
I
Mm-mm-mm.
can't hear you,
Hold on. My God, my God, my God. Can you hear me now?
but I can't hear you. But you go ahead and tell them whatever you need to say.
Look, you are people out and come back.
Okay.
But my look, y'all, look. We have to get her back on here. Literally, we do. Like, she just dropped so much wisdom on us tonight. As I always say, y'all, sometimes our disappointments are nothing more than God's appointments. Meaning, some things that we look at as bad, God is only turning it around for our good. I am going to put the link for her website in the comments. I want you all to go over there, book with her, do all of these great things with her, because I promise you, she is good grounds to sow into. And she
Thank
will be back. She will be back.
I
So,
will be back.
and hopefully we can get these technical difficulties worked out.
Yes, we can get through all of the questions.
Yes, yes, yes. So you all, as I always say, enjoy your Thanksgiving again and be on the lookout because tomorrow around 6 o'clock p.m. on the YouTube channel, we are dropping an old episode, one of your favorite episodes of We'll Talk Monday. So while you're sitting around with your family, go on over there to YouTube and watch that episode at 6 o'clock p.m. And I will see you all on Friday at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Stay blessed, be blessed, and be a blessing to someone else. Peace. Hello. We pray that you enjoyed this episode coming from James H. Glover Studios. And if you want to see more like it, follow us, like, and subscribe to all of our social media stations so that you can never miss another episode like this. See y'all soon.